We're here in Dominator studio.
Yeah.
You want to show us around?
Yeah, check this out. So this is all my vinyl. I got all my funk on right here, pretty much. These are LPs. These are funk 12 inches. I got my West Coast rap, or should I say all my hip hop is in this area. I got all my reggae down there. It's kind of hard. If you look down there, you could kind of see where the reggae's at down in that area.
Is that Smile Now, Die Later?
It sure is. It got some frost right there, just sticking out, ready to play. These are my computers, my monitor. This right here is what I used to actually use to sequence my beats. This was the Atari computer that I was talking about on Tony A's interview. A lot of people have been asking me about that. But this is actually a computer with a mouse. People think it's all about video games, but this is definitely a sequencer computer. Right here is the screen for that computer. This is the sampler that I started at the beginning of my career when I used to cut stuff up, and I have two of them. I would cut it up. It's a Remix 16, a Kai Remix 16.
And all this stuff is still fully functional?
Yeah, it all still works. I could fire it up and make a beat right now. This is the Roland VS1880 where I record my vocals on. And everyone else's vocals that comes through here. I usually record all my vocals on here and then transfer them to a recording software program. But this is where I do the recording because it's so easy to record on here. I like recording on here. So this right here is my processing tower where it has pretty much my effects. We got the Yamaha. This has like reverb and delays and all that shit like that. Outboard gear. This is the compressor. This is another effects unit. This is the CD burner for this actual machine. And then we got a mini disc player, equalizer, CD burners. This is a patch base to everything to come out, all the ins and the outs for all these machines. We got a tuner and another CD player, and then two cassette decks down there. They're double cassette decks. So I do have cassettes in here.
Do you still use cassettes for your recordings?
No. I just have the cassettes to transfer anything in and out.
Old material you had?
Yeah, old material. But I do use this still, and this is a reel-to-reel. This is pretty much what they used to use back in the day to record vocals on. And I still use it because I like the sound of it. You know, pretty much you're guaranteed to have a definite throwback sound when you're using that motherfucker right there. These are my monitors that I use to mix everything down. This is my turntable coffin. When we're finished going through the rest of the tour, I'll open it up so you guys can see my 1200s.
That's one we mentioned earlier?
Mm-hmm. No, this is my newest coffin.
Okay.
The other one was the old school coffin that I used to have. I don't have that coffin no more, unfortunately. I wish I would have kept it. So I got my instruments, some congas, some bongos, I mean. And I like that machine. I really love that machine so much that I just keep them laying around. So I've got a couple spare of those machines. Got my CD racks right here.
For those who ask, is any of your stuff for sale?
My CDs?
No. Equipment?
Oh, no. I never get rid of my equipment. And then up here we got all different needles for the turntables. Got a bunch of needles in here. And then over here we got the vocal booth. So in the loco booth, we got a bunch of vinyl and shit up on the wall. And if you look a little higher, you'll see a bunch of percussion shakers. My homie Crazy Boy actually got me this in Hawaii. He had just barely recently went out to Hawaii and picked me up a shaker, which is super dope, So not a lot of friends will think about things like that and instruments and shit like that. We got, my niece made me this. All my family and friends always get me a bunch of things like that.
They all know you.
Got this kalimba. This is a Middle Eastern kalimba. We got that. We got a bunch of another pair of bongos up there. Another box full of shakers. And then if you want to come down here, we have a bunch of older keyboards. Those are the earlier keyboard Casios and things like that. We got a Roland. This motherfucker right here is the Juno 1. That's funky as fuck. More Casios. We got a DX100. This was one of the keyboards that Roger actually used. Not this board, but this is the model. Yeah. This is the model that Roger used in his later days to do Talkbox, the DX100.
How many of those do you have?
Two. I got two DX100s, and then I got this guy's another thing that has some good funk on it. Obviously, haven't pulled it out and used it in a while because there's a gang of fucking dust at the top of it. But and this is the mic. So you guys are in the vocal booth. This is where we do a lot of our vocals. History has been made in this booth. Brentonwood's been in this motherfucking booth.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Mr. Criminal's been in this booth a lot.
How'd you get Brenton Wood out here?
I think we had recorded a track for Sarah S.'s third album. And we recorded Brentonwood out here.
That's cool.
Pretty much, man. So that's the studio. So these right here, these are my babies. These are my 1200s.
How long have you had these for?
I got these. Actually, my homie Nathan Zarate actually kicked me down these. He goes, "Hey, Dom, I got some 1200s. I'm gonna give them to you." I was like, "What?" So he just kicked them down. He just gave them to me, and I want to say that was in maybe 2001. 2001. He had just given me these. Gave me some 1200s, and I was like, "Oh, dude, that's like the ultimate gift for a DJ."
And he gave them to you just because?
He gave them to me because he's my homie.
That's a homie right there.
Yeah, that is a homie right there. But these are my 1200s, and I've been spinning on these ever since. So shout out to my homie Nate Zarate.